Hey everybody, I'm back. So oh, I guess I was about to head out, but it looks like everyone is fatigued. Message for the commander. I'm the Queen's bodyguard. She sent me to tell you she's arrived at Camp Incognito as planned. You can find her where the minor knightly orders are camped. Come if you wish to speak with her. Tell Her Majesty I will come at once. As promised, I entered the ranks incognito along with a few bodyguards. I have introduced myself as Kitsune, an old friend of yours. I am a knight of a minor order, the Green Crows. We shall see how long it takes Anivia to sniff me out. Why did you decide to join the crusade after all? Because I have a curious mind and I am quite unable to sit and do nothing for long. You ask a difficult question. I must remain as safe as possible. My death or abduction would sow chaos among our forces. However, I am not only a queen, I am also a paladin of Iomade. It is not in my nature to sit in a palace with my sword sheathed. In a manner of speaking, your request was simply a convenient excuse for me to be where I belong, crusading against the demon hordes. Besides, I am curious to see my new knight commander in action. I have a question for you as well. Why did you wish me to join the crusade? Your presence will boost the soldiers' morale. A reasonable expectation. And I like that you think of your warriors first. How does it feel living for so long, beyond all natural limits? You're over 100 years old, my queen, aren't you? I shall answer thus. The decision to prolong my life was not mine. It was the decision of the Church of Iomade. The Sun Orchid elixirs have been paid for by the Church. The priests determined that I was needed in these dark times, both as a ruler and a chosen paladin of Iomade. I accepted their decision and the great responsibility it entails. Why did you entrust me with Dayron? I saw such a wonderful opportunity to teach the Count a lesson and just couldn't resist. Honestly, I expected you to dismiss him forthwith. The Count would have been forced to return to court a laughingstock. It would have been a truly sobering experience. There is nothing more disgraceful for a Mendevian nobleman than to be discharged like that. Aaron Arenday. He was such a lovely child. His mother, Lady Selena, was one of the most gracious people I have ever met. She was amiable yet decorous, and truly kind. Bonds of kinship among the nobility are on the whole highly practical and only useful for forming alliances. Countess Arenday managed to become a true member of my family. I suppose that is why I spent so much time believing her son to be a better person than he actually was. His company is a heavy burden. Still, I must admit that I am quite pleased that you decided to keep him on as a companion. There is a small chance that once he has had a true taste of the Crusade life, the Count will finally cease to mock the Crusaders as cynically as he is wont to do. You've given an army and the title of Knight Commander to a stranger. Why? Because for 100 years I have protected my lands, trying to drive the demon horde back into the abyss. I have tried every right and rational method. My armies have been led by the greatest generals, even Iomede's angels. My goddess's herald created the wardstones for us. We have tasted victory more than once, but we have failed to close the Worldwound. As for you, do not call yourself a stranger. You are the savior of Canabras. Hundreds of its people saw the power that descended upon you and turned the demons to dust. It's the sign they've awaited for decades, a sign for all loyal hearts and followers of Iomade. The time has come. Hope has been rekindled in the hearts of my subjects thanks to you. Hope is a priceless resource. I had no choice but to give it wings. You called it the sign they've been waiting for, but I take it you are reserving judgment. When Aridin perished and Diomede took over his legacy, I was among the first to serve the new goddess. I helped restore her church from the ashes left by the chaos after Aridin's death. Since then, I have served the inheritor loyally and truthfully. I like to believe I have earned the blessing of my goddess. After I learned of what happened in Canabras, when I met you at the Defender's Heart, I had so many questions. Is it true what happened was Iomede's work? Why did she give this power to someone unknown, rather than one of her most loyal followers? Could it be that my faith has grown weak, and I don't recognize the deeds of my goddess even when they are happening right in front of me? Is the goddess somehow testing me? Those doubts were like poison, but I refused to let them poison me. I gave you an army, declared you Knight Commander, and accepted you as I would anyone chosen by the goddess. I need more soldiers to take Dres. All the forces I could afford to spare are either in your army already or on their way here. We could call up volunteers, but if your headquarters sends out letters and appeals in the Queen's name, everyone will know that I came with you. The demons will not miss such an opportunity. Their hordes will advance and overwhelm us. No, that is not an option. Talk to Irabeth, let her handle volunteer recruitment, and my name will remain hidden, much like my participation in the crusade. Let's see. 1d6 points of fire damage per caster level, maximum 10d6. Oh shit, this'll do 6d6 damage. And I just remembered I need to talk to Irabeth about the scabbard. Commander, allow me to say something. Before you... This wasn't a war. It was agony, drawn out over decades. No one believed in victory anymore. When the demons attacked the city, for some it was a relief. At least the end had come. They laid down their weapons and surrendered without a fight. I felt the same thing. But I somehow got through on stubbornness and the vague hope that if nobody found Anevia's body, she might by some miracle have survived. And that miracle was you. You returned my beloved to me when I'd nearly lost all hope of seeing her alive again. Then you went on a suicide mission to the Grey Garrison and won the city back for us. You turned a defeat into a victory. I know it wasn't easy, but you make everything seem so effortless. You do everything just like that. The Queen believes in your powers too, but for me, they're just more proof of what I felt that day when I saw Anivia alive, standing next to you. You're the miracle we've been waiting for. You're the one who will finally put an end to this terrible war, and in spite of everything, deliver us the victory we so desperately need. With you, I'm sure this crusade will achieve what the others could not. I found a scabbard with your family name on it in the Grey Garrison. This scabbard held the Solemn Hour, my family sword. My father once fought with it, and I took it when I left home to become a paladin. Alas, it was not stolen. I parted with my heirloom willingly, to help someone dear to me. Anivia needed expensive healing, and having no other way to procure the money, I pawned my father's sword. I think he would have understood. I'm sure he would have given up everything to help the family. I hoped to redeem the Solemn Hour eventually, but there was never enough money, and soon the sword disappeared from the pawn shop altogether. I have no idea who took it. Seems like I'll have to part with my father's sword forever. Is Anivia sick? You'll forgive me if I don't go into detail, it is a private matter. Suffice to say, everything is fine now. The treatment was costly, but it was worth it. I can see that you truly love her. My parents were loyal servants, yet it wasn't enough to earn them a title or a coat of arms. Still, however humble our name might be, it is worth something. I don't know if I'll ever see the Solemn Hour again, but at least I have its scabbard back. Thank you. So, it turns out the Queen has her head of counterintelligence watching me. I wonder why. You think the Queen doesn't trust you? If that were true, she wouldn't have put you in charge of this army. My main task is to be your advisor until you've gained enough experience as a commander. But as for counterintelligence, Anivia and I were tasked on keeping an eye on your inner circle. But you're not under suspicion, Commander. You're under our protection. We need reinforcements. Can you get us more soldiers? When we began the march on Dresden, we chose speed over numbers. If I order more volunteers to be recruited, they simply won't arrive in time. We could pay mages to deliver the troops to the camp, except I doubt that our army's coffers could afford it. If you can spare 7,500 gold coins, I will see to our reinforcements. Perhaps later. It's hard to believe your origin is so humble. You deserve a noble title more than many who inherit them. Thank you, Commander. It is an honor to hear that, especially from you. Every noble family begins somewhere. You must have heard the recent story from the Stolen Lands and the River Kingdoms. Just imagine coming from nowhere and making it all the way to a royal crown in just a few years. Sometimes I wonder what would happen if I managed to distinguish myself somehow. But then I push away such unworthy, selfish thoughts, of course. We don't fight for rewards. The fate of the world is at stake. And yet... Okay, now I'm gonna go. Domain Zealot. You moved closer to your deity and the power it has over its divine domains. You can use the abilities of your domains as a swift action. You can touch a creature as a standard action, granting a sacred bonus on attack rolls, skill checks, ability checks, and saving throws equal to half your level in the class that gave you access to this domain. 1 round. You can use this ability a number of times per day equal to 3 plus your wisdom modifier. Holy Lance. At 8th level, you can give a weapon you touch the Holy Special Weapon quality for a number of rounds equal to half your level in the class that gave you access to this domain. You can use this ability once per day at 8th level, and an additional time per day for every 4 levels beyond 8th. See, bit of luck. You can touch a willing creature as a standard action, giving it a bit of luck for the next round. Anytime the target rolls a d20, she may roll twice and take the more favorable result. You can use this ability a number of times per day equal to 3 plus your wisdom modifier. At 6th level as a standard action, you can bless yourself with divine luck for the next half your level. In the class that gave you access to this domain rounds, you roll 2 times on every d20 roll and take the best result. You can use this ability once per day at 6th level and 1 additional time per day for every 6 levels in the class that gave you access to this domain beyond 6th. I actually have the Crusade set to story difficulty because honestly I don't really want to deal with it, but just turning it off entirely locks you out of so much. Having defeated a band of cultists who had driven the captives from Canabres and made the ruins of Balas's gift their temporary base, the commander's army celebrates its first triumph. Unfortunately, the demon worshippers have killed all the citizens and gathered their belongings into a huge pile in the middle of the camp. Let's go with this one. And it's 21:23 today. unfair. They were all so young, they had their whole lives ahead of them. They sacrificed themselves, and an old cripple like me still lives. The painting, it burned like everything else in the house. There's nothing left for me to remember you by. Nothing. I wish you a warm welcome in Shalin's realm. We will win this war, I swear to you. We'll banish this ugliness and evil and make the world richer and let peace blossom in it. We'll make sure everything like this... Let's go with this. And now we gotta fight zombies.
Cover me, all right?
You've crossed the wrong mongrel. Begone, fiend! I got this.
The Inheritor, guide my blade!
Fall!
What is this twisted mockery? Who could possibly... Wait, what's this? Take a look at this. Cultists. Simply murdering my friends was not enough for them. No, they had to come to the funeral and desecrate their graves. They will pay for everything they've done when we find them. You're right, they can't be far. We can't allow them to torture anyone else this way. Wait, the townspeople fled the undead without knowing they have a traitor among them. Wherever they are, they're in great danger. We must find them. Masterwork scimitars everywhere. That's already 1,300 gold that I'll have once I get out of here.
Pretty good, aren't I?
You won't survive me.
Surrender, or else!
$1,400?
We won't fall here. I swear it. you!
Nope.
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23.
Who? Me?
Are you still here?
Into the fray!
I will bring down the divine wrath!
Too late for apologies.
Good guys always win. Eternal Rose, I call upon you!
Distract them from me.
No glory without risk!
Endure this! Ha! Begone, fiend! Make every strike count.
That's why.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Yes?
Yes.
Yeah, I've lost count now.
Time to share your treasures!
I'm done with you.
You won't survive me.
Cover me, all right?
It doesn't say they're immune to sonic damage. I surrender. Stop. I give up. Don't hit me. You damned rat. How dare you? You scumbag. I remember you. You came to our temple begging for healing just a month ago. We fed you. We shared our table with you and took you in. Then you... I don't even know what I'm going to do to you. Stop it. I surrender. You are a priest of Shalin. I've surrendered, so you have to spare my life. Your goddess demands it. Do you two know each other? We do. That's Narty, a tailor's apprentice from Canabras. We healed him after he was mauled by a dog. Then he became a frequent visitor to our temple. He listened attentively to our sermons, studied the goddess's teachings, and praised our art. Were you lying to our faces the whole time? When we took you in? When you sat at our table? When we broke bread with you? Were you planning to stab us in the back even then? The whole time. Now you understand part of it. Let's dig into the rest. I was hoping to lure you to our side. It wouldn't have been hard. We are everywhere, even inside you. I think you know it too. You are not like all those pious devotees. You pretended to be, and maybe you fooled yourself. But we both see who you really are. You have that same demonic rage inside you. It's a pity I never had time to kindle it into a devouring flame, but sometimes you have to resort to a backup plan. Having you die at the hands of your dead friends was such a good idea. It's a pity it didn't work. Shut up! You want to kill me right now, don't you? But you can't. You're a good boy, Sociel, so loyal to your goddess. You'll have to let me go or commit a sin, so I win either way. Witness the genius of our Lord Baphomet. Is he telling the truth? Your religion doesn't allow you to kill him? Yes, the Eternal Rose is known for her grace. She teaches us to show mercy to anyone who asks for it. It's one thing to slay an enemy in battle, but a captive, you must try to save their soul, to show them the beauty of the world. Persuade them to abandon the path of evil. It's difficult, but the world is better for it. I'm just repeating your own sermons back to you. Come on, Sociel, try to make me repent my sins. Perhaps your kind words will make me abandon Baphomet's teachings, run to Shalin for redemption, and start knitting some masterpieces of my own. Where's the option to kill him myself? I mean, that's the most obvious thing. He can't kill him, so I should. Fine, I guess I'll go with this. I had absolutely no idea there was so much rage in me. It's a shame, a disgrace, but I must admit that I enjoyed beating him. Forgive me for letting you see me like this. It should never have happened. You are the commander and he is your captive. It's up to you to decide his fate. I surrender. Here, take everything I've got. Just don't kill me. Then I condemn him to death. His sentence will be carried out immediately. There it is. It's all right. You're safe now. We should bury the bodies again. This is a place of peace, and we must not leave it desecrated like this. May the Eternal Rose grant them peace at last. Let's be on our way. We have many more innocents to protect from the horrors of this war.
I can handle it.
Time to loot the bodies.
Thanks, Lan. You're so awesome, Lan.
Fine. I've got the lockpicks for it.
This is my kind of work.
I'm not sure that was entirely worth it. Let's see. 125, 130, 131, 132, 142. Yeah, that was definitely not worth it.
The mongrel did it.
It's snowing? Yeah, he clearly needs a higher armor class. What about her? 26. Yeah, it's the same as I have, so she's pretty well protected by now. He is not. The site of an old battle between the Crusaders and demons is still strewn with thousands of corpses. The stench of death hangs thick in the air while the survivors lurch around the battlefield looting whatever they can. The dead, after all, won't need their trinkets and keepsakes anytime soon. Yeah, maybe I'll hold off on that. Crusaders stumbled upon a group of ragged and exhausted scouts. They had set out on a patrol mission deep into the Worldwound, but when Canabras was attacked, they found themselves cut off and surrounded by demons. Surviving such hostile conditions was not easy, but the scouts' spirits remained high and they readily joined the commander's forces. Nice. The Crusaders duly punished a group of mercenaries who had become enticed by demonic gold and turned their blades against their former allies. Those who reject the blessing of the benevolent gods and succumb to the temptation of sin deserve death, and death they got. Justice has been served, and the clerics feel that the gods are satisfied with this outcome. Magical anomalies are common in the world of Galarian, so common that the use of the word anomaly itself is questionable. A regular city dweller will encounter a chaotic manifestation of supernatural power at least once in their lifetime. One might naturally assume that the strange sky, the ghostly fire from rifts in the ground, the rain of eyeballs, all that the Worldwound is known for, should find some purchase in the mortal mind. But even the most worldly of travelers feel uneasy at its borders. Why? Perhaps instinctively they understand that this place is not merely a magical wasteland, but a wound, an ulcer, through which the world itself bleeds into the abyss. The commander and his army walk up the high bank of the West Selen River, where it draws near the border of the Worldwound. The soldiers' feet halt unbidden. On the other bank rises a series of cliffs, too regular in shape to have been formed by wind or water. The sky hangs over their sharp edges in sickening bends, the shade of mercury on the horizon rising to dirty rust. As it arches above the soldiers' heads, it regains its familiar azure hue. The soldiers whisper and grumble. The commander feels eyes upon his back. Somewhere among them, wearing simple armor and unrecognized by anyone, the ruler of Mendev is standing and watching the new commander closely. The commander gives the signal to wait and climbs to the highest point along the bank. There he decides to... guess we'll find out if rolling a 1 and having plus 19 is still enough. Awesome. Establishing rapport with his troops is yet another battle that the leader must face. The subtle alchemy of words, one can win trust and raise morale, or lose face and authority. Addressing the army on the border of the Worldwound, the commander seeks to establish himself as a military leader on this new battleground, and his efforts prove fruitful. The soldiers listen dutifully, smiles appearing on their faces. Someone in the ranks jokes that the demons are growing tired of waiting for them. The army keeps moving. Lines of soldiers step warily beneath the shroud of low black clouds. It's like the Worldwound has reached out a finger into the lands of Mendev. The gesture seems eerily harmless, but then the clouds come to life, shooting out howling tornadoes one after another. The tornadoes come from all sides, from ahead, behind, and right above the soldiers' heads. The power of the elements on one side of the scales, the soldiers' faith and inspiration on the other. It's plain to see which is greater. The determined army runs the gauntlet of tornadoes. The struggle lasts over half an hour, but the army's only losses are a few bags of supplies and a dozen hats whipped off into the sky. After stopping to catch their breath, the soldiers continue on. Their first encounter with the Worldwound has ended in their favor. Gain 24 experience, change to morale plus 10. We're finally here. Well, Elon and Curl must be around here somewhere, and Jana too if they gave her permission to leave. Ah, there they are. Greetings, Sela, and greetings to you, Knight Commander. Elon is feeling a little shy. He thought he asked for help from a couple nobodies like us, but now you've turned into the saviors of Canabres, knights of the Fifth Crusade marked by Iomede's blessings, and you still came to help him dig through a pile of junk. Let's not talk about it. I assure you I'm the same Sela, your friend from the League of the Cart, and we came here to help you look for Elon's ring. By the way, where's Curl? He didn't come with us. He said an old wound was acting up. Alright, my friends, since we're here, let's finish this mission quickly. I really don't feel comfortable bothering the Knight Commander with my personal problems. I'm glad we're here to help you, Elon. I hope everything works out perfectly for your wedding, too. I love weddings so much. They're full of joy and new beginnings. But I haven't been to any yet. Can I come? Of course, Lady Ember. Let's hope my bride doesn't run away from the bungler who managed to lose the ring he bought for her. What does the ring look like, and where should we look for it? Last time I saw the ring, it was with my things in my traveling chest. Now the camp's in total disarray. I don't know how we'll ever find it. The ring is made of a shiny silver metal with a deep blue-green jewel. You can't miss it. Master Derek is not just a jeweler, he is an artist. There's no mistaking one of his creations. Trinket worth several months' pay, Elon? The rules on the surface are insane. You should give your girls fried rats like we do. You'd save yourself a lot of trouble. Is there something wrong, Elon? Am I making you nervous? I apologize. Jana is right. Much has changed since we met in Canabris. Some things for the better, some not at all. Alright, off we go. Jana and I will look on the northern side. We'll see you when we find something. Or when we give up trying.
Can't make the demons wait.
A small quasit demon emerges from the chest. It looks at you angrily, screwing up its ugly little face. It is holding a shiny object in its paws, a sparkling silver ring with a large blue-green jewel. Elon, look! Look at that creepy thing! What's it holding? I've seen one of those before. These small demons like to tease and bully, but it'll bolt if it senses any real threat. Let's surround it and attack all together, before it can figure out what's happening. Mine! 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 Elon! Jana! They're all right. They'll come around soon. Quickly, Reynard, let's catch this little rascal before it runs off with the ring.
Can't hide from me.
Beautiful.
See, before Elon manages to get to the quasit, the halfling Curl appears right next to it, quite out of nowhere. He snatches the ring from the demon's paws. You mustn't get it! Curl, what are you... Elon, stop! Have you gone mad? He's using a summon spell. Why did you stop?
Stab you or zap you? Why not both?
Make every strike count.
The light. Take you.
Elon, what were you doing? You nearly cut down Curl without a second thought, without a trial, without even knowing if he was responsible for all this. He might be a victim himself. What am I doing? He lured us into a trap. Curl was the only one who knew where we were going. He knew we thought there wouldn't be anyone at the camp besides some small harmless demons, so he set a trap. I wouldn't be surprised if his demon masters had him targeting the commander from the start. Talk about believing in the redemption of scoundrels. We barely know anything about what happened. Curl is a good lad. He's not a spy or a murderer. Maybe they threatened him, tricked him, or even bewitched him with demon magic. And now we'll never know because you let him escape. Better to let a thief escape than cut down an innocent. Think, Elon. Stila was defending someone she thought was her friend, and she stopped you from doing something you might regret. I don't need a shepherd to light my path and save me from regrets. Can you say the same, Stila? Or you, Commander? You clearly have something to say. Go ahead then, spit it out. Stila, I didn't want to say this, but I think of you as my friend, so I'm going to warn you. After what happened at the Great Garrison, you're in serious danger. And maybe not just you. You might like to ignore military hierarchy and the rules of knightly orders, but there's wisdom in them that has stood the test of time. A soldier rises from a private to an officer, a knight begins as a squire. Even Iomede's paladins gain their abilities gradually, but not with you and the commander. You were granted incredible powers, far surpassing seasoned paladins with experience and skill far beyond your years. You received this gift at just the right moment and saved a lot of lives across Mendev. That's a great deed that will be remembered for ages to come, but what happened next was wrong. They began to worship you. The Queen gave you such vast power, and while you sidestepped everything, training, experience, hardship, this is not the first time Her Majesty has behaved rashly. And how much good has this brought Mendev? I'm frightened by what I see, especially by the way that you, Sela, trust people so easily and leap into adventures without looking. One day you'll lower your sword when you should have driven the blade home, just like thousands of bright-eyed youngsters will after you. I wanted to tell you the same thing, Commander. You're right to an extent, Elon, but I didn't choose my lot. I'm just trying to fulfill my duty as best I can. I apologize for my harsh words. I said it to Sela and I'll say it again. This wasn't a reproach but a warning. The power you've been given, it may be your undoing, and the undoing of all the Crusaders along with you. In any case, forgive me for wasting your time and subjecting you to danger here. Now at least we know that Curl is a traitor and Janna is a coward ready to abandon her friends when the going gets rough. I hope we'll all learn a lesson from these mistakes. As for that blasted ring, to hell with it. Kiana won't love me solely for the gifts I bring her. Everything's become very complicated all of a sudden. Please, Reynard, let's go back. I'd like to talk to you about it. Later. I have a lot to think about. It'll be fine, I'm sure. Whenever the wearer of this hat uses any song, this song also grants fast healing 1 at level 1, fast healing 2 at level 5, and increasing by 1 point every 4 levels thereafter. So it's a bard hat.
Let's see what we can do. Here we go.
What's this? This +2 Mithril Heavy Shield grants its wielder DR5 magic. Well, you're definitely getting that. Now she's an even better tank than I am. Yep. 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 Yep.
I don't get you, mongrels. Why sit underground waiting and waiting when you can just go outside and get it over with?
The world just isn't ready for our kind of beauty yet. I'm the first emissary of the people who are gonna make the Azamars look positively homely.
Yeah. Through the mist you spot the flickering flames of a campfire. 3 figures wrapped in crusader cloaks are huddled next to it. A stout, smiling dwarf, a brash, dark-haired halfling, and a delicate-looking woman who appears to be very young. The crackling campfires driving away the bleak fog and promising warmth and rest for tired legs. Noticing you, the halfling's hand jerks toward his weapon, but then relaxes. Yeah, it's the commander himself. Don't just stand there, have a seat by the fire. It's a bit damp today, you might as well dry off at least. Who are you? Frontline scouting party. Our senior sent us ahead to look for ambushes. We've been walking all day, so we're making a bivouac. Go ahead, help yourself to some tea. It's an honor for us to be sharing a campfire with the commander. Never thought we'd run into such jovial company out here. I don't suppose you guys have anything stronger than tea in your canteens. Chief, just so you know, walking away from campfires where folks give you free food is a sin in the eyes of the gods. Come on, really? Nope. Fuck this. Failed every goddamn skill check.
You've crossed the wrong mongrel.
Distract them for me.
Well, fuck your shit. No! Dodge this.
You won't survive me.
Of course.
Arti. Arti.
Of course.
Time to share your treasures.
Arti.
Damn you!
Arti.
Die.
Getting my ass kicked.
Endure this!
Are you still here?
We will win this war.
Now what? What? Whatever. I'm just gonna have to figure this out on my own, I guess. I guess I'm just gonna stop here. So, thanks everybody for watching. I'll see you all some other time.